Today in crypto. Bitcoin rallied continued during the European session Thursday as traders ignored Washington's political unrest to focus instead on the potential for higher sovereign spending. The BTC US exchange rate established a new record high of $38,180, adding 10% to what has been a relentless uptrend in the last 4 quarters. While the pair paired some of those gains later, the overall enthusiasm across the risk-on markets suggested it would continue posting gains in the U.S. session ahead. Investors' bullish outlook on Bitcoin improved further after Democrat John Ossoff's victory in the second of 2 Senate runoff elections in Georgia. The seats handled control of the U.S. Senate to President-elect Joe Biden's administration. That raised the hopes for additional stimulus for the U.S. economy, beginning with a $2,000 worth of direct aid to deserving Americans. A joint session of Congress Thursday morning also affirmed a clear win for Mr. Biden. Meanwhile, outgoing President Donald Trump agreed to an orderly transition of power after denying it since Biden's lead in the U.S. presidential race. The expectation is now we've avoided a gridlock, and more fiscal support will be available to the economy through this coming year, rather than less. Christopher Smart, chief global strategist at Barings, told the Wall Street Journal. So it appears, Bitcoin traders reacted optimistically to the overall political update. The cryptocurrency surged by almost 900% after bottoming out in March 2020 at below $4,000. Its gains surfaced primarily after the Federal Reserve announced an open-ended government and corporate debts purchasing program and decided to cut benchmark lending rates to near zero. Meanwhile, the U.S. government approved a $2.3 trillion stimulus package for American households and businesses suffering from the coronavirus pandemic's economic aftermath. In December 2020, the White House passed another $900 billion worth of aid against the Democrats' demand for at least $2 trillion. Institutional investors are also gaining exposure in the Bitcoin market, believing that the strategy would protect their portfolio as their cash reserves lose value. Hedge fund veterans including Paul Tudor Jones and Stan Druckenmiller bought a small portion of Bitcoin in 2020. Meanwhile, companies like MassMutual, MicroStrategy, Square, Rougher Investments, also purchased Bitcoin against their fears of inflation. On Wednesday, the decision by the United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority to ban crypto futures and exchange-traded notes finally went into effect. The FCA initially announced the ban back in October 2020 following a year-long consideration of the matter. At the time, the FCA argued that crypto derivatives were ill-suited to retail investors who were at risk of incurring significant losses. Continue reading on Cointelegraph. Bitcoin was trading at $38,445.60 by 13:26 GMT, on the investing.com index on Thursday, up 10.06% on the day. It was the largest one-day percentage gain since November 5, 2020. The move upwards pushed Bitcoin's market cap up to $712.8 billion, or 76% of the total cryptocurrency market cap. At its highest, Bitcoin's market cap was $685.2 billion. Bitcoin had traded in a range of $36,361.20 to $38,453.10 in the previous 24 hours. Over the past 7 days, Bitcoin has seen a rise in value, as it gained 76%. The volume of Bitcoin traded in the 24 hours to time of writing was $81.01 billion, or 12% of the total volume of all cryptocurrencies. It has traded in a range of $28,204.496 to $38,453.1211 in the past 7 days. At its current price, Bitcoin is still down 0.02% from its all-time high of $38,453.12 set on January 7. Elsewhere in cryptocurrency trading, Ethereum was last at $1,228.78 on the investing.com index, up 7 66% on the day. Tether was trading at $1,0014 on the investing.com index, a loss of 0.07%. Ethereum's market cap was last at $139.9 or 13.50% of the total cryptocurrency market cap, while Tether's market cap totaled $22.9 or 2.21% of the total cryptocurrency market value. The ban placed by financial regulators in the United Kingdom on the sale of crypto derivatives to retail traders is now in force. On Wednesday, the decision by the United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority to ban crypto futures and exchange-traded notes finally went into effect. The FCA initially announced the ban back in October 2020 following a year-long consideration of the matter. At the time, the FCA argued that crypto derivatives were ill-suited to retail investors who were at risk of incurring significant losses. Commenting on the decision as the ban went into effect on Wednesday, Ian Taylor, chair of the self-regulatory trade group Crypto UK, told Cointelegraph. However, Taylor faulted the FCA's characterization of retail crypto derivatives investors as unsophisticated. The Crypto UK chair also remarked that the FCA could have opted for stricter leverage limits similar to the restrictions placed on contracts for differences, rather than placing a blanket ban. With the ban in place, crypto derivatives can no longer be included in individual savings accounts, or ISAs and self-invested personal pensions, or SIPs. However, there are concerns that the move might push investors towards unregulated offerings in other jurisdictions that pose even greater risks to retail investors than the products previously on offer in the UK. At the time of the ban's initial announcement, some critics of the decision pointed to possible negative implications for UK crypto adoption. Simon Peters, a crypto analyst at multi-asset investment platform eToro, dismissed these fears, telling Cointelegraph, "Indeed, crypto adoption appears to be on the rise in the UK." Back in June 2020, the FCA estimated that cryptocurrency ownership among the adult population stood at 2.6 million. This crypto embrace is also moving to the institutional side, with UK-based investment manager Ruffer recently converting 5% of its asset base to Bitcoin. South Korean media has reported that Nexo, a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate led by CEO Kim Sung-yu, plans to acquire the country's largest cryptocurrency exchange. After a troubled few months, crypto exchange Bithumb looks like it's set on turning over a new leaf through an acquisition by one of South Korea's top gaming firms. South Korean media reported on January 7 that Nexo, a multi-billion-dollar gaming conglomerate, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding, or MO, to acquire the exchange at an evaluated price of 650 billion won, $460 million. Nexo, led by CEO Kim Sung-yu, will reportedly work with one of the major shareholders in Bithumb, Vidente, to buy out the exchange and take control of the company. Crypto journalist and Cointelegraph contributor Joseph Young has summarized. According to South Korean media, Nexo plans to take a 65% stake in Bithumb. As the report notes, Bithumb's existing shares are trading at a total value of 1 trillion won, $914 million, on the over-the-counter market, meaning that the deal, if successful, will allow Nexo to take over at a discounted price. The sale of the exchange has reportedly been in the works since late August 2020, with a preliminary bidding held in September at which a number of financial and strategic investors, including domestic and foreign private equity fund managers, bid for success. Yet the ongoing police investigation involving Lee Young-hoon, chairman of board at Bithumb Korea and Bithumb Holdings, appears to have slowed down the process. The report notes that the legal entanglement of the exchange's current shareholders, who are also being sued for embezzlement by investors, could make it difficult for the exchange to secure the legally required registration as a crypto entity with South Korean authorities. An acquisition and change in management could clear this regulatory obstacle. Young has commented that Nexo's acquisition would, more generally, improve the image around the most dominant crypto trading platform in the local market. Nexo's holding company, NXC, has previously invested in cryptocurrency and fintechs, including the well-known exchange Bitstamp. Given Bithumb's prime position as South Korea's largest crypto exchange by trading volume, Nexo's market dominance is expected to benefit if the acquisition is successful. In the third quarter of 2020, the number of subscribers to Bithumb reportedly exceeded 5 million, and the company is said to have plans to expand its products and upgrade its compliance measures in the hope of securing a virtual assets business license. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.